Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is The Daily Rage. Huge thanks to those of you who have recently subscribed. Welcome. It's great to have you here, and I really do appreciate you subscribing. So, as a heads up for anyone that is new here, on Fridays, I generally like to look at the week that we just had, see what happened during the week, and see if we can figure out where we might go from here. Now, I'm always going to give you all two sets of targets to the high side and to the low side. Now, why do I do that? Because anything can happen at any given time in the markets. So let's say on Monday, we might continue this uptrend that we are working on right now. But let's say on Tuesday or Wednesday, things go crazy in the markets and suddenly we have, a big major drop like this. Certainly can happen. So I always like to give you targets to the short and targets to the long. So you can make your best determination on any given day or really at any given time to say, okay, which way do I think that it's going? Of course, I would stick with the dominant trends. In other words, like right now, we are heading up. So I might stick with that one. But then again, like this could have been very profitable for some of you as well, this drop back here. Second thing to note is that I always do these on the micro charts, but they can work just as well for the E-minis because the charts are essentially the same other than slight variations based on volume. So whether you're trading micros or trading minis, it's all good. These will be your next targets. So this one is the micro Dow and spinning top candle today, but looks pretty solid. As I mentioned yesterday, we did flip that parabolic SAR. So next target up, let's go here and up here. Another note on targets is that it's not necessarily about this exact number, it's an area of interest. So let's say you're, waiting and watching and this is going up, 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 and it gets to here and you're like, nope, the target is 41,422 and you don't take any profit. Well, it may not get there. It turned back around because why? It's a point of resistance. It acts like a ceiling on top of the price action. So just know that like anywhere in this vicinity, you're going to be wanting to pay attention to what is happening. All right, for the low side, let's go here. That is in alignment with that standard line. And let's just use the turning line down here. That's perfect. Let's move on to the micro S&P. Now we did take out these top two targets this week, which is awesome. Congratulations if you had taken those trades. We also did that on the Dow. These would be target 1, target 2. And on the short side, go a little closer in just to get these things, target 1 and target 2. Moving on to the micro NASDAQ, stuck in the cloud right now, spinning top on today's candle. So let's look up to here. That will be next point. This would be number 2. As for the low side, let's go approximately Thursday's low-ish, sort of where that standard line is. We'll call that good, and then we'll use this one as target 2. Again, that's only if it gets itself turned around, goes back below the cloud, and then starts working its way lower. This one is the micro Russell. Once again, we took out these targets. So congrats if you were brave enough to take those trades on this wild week of trading. Let's just fence this one in because it has such a tiny little body there, this spinning top, lots of wick on that guy. So let's give it a very close in high side. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's do this up here and let's fence this with that short target. And then this one will go here. Now, something to note on this one particularly is there is not a whole lot of resistance up here. Look at this. It just kind of fell off these two big red candles. So like I said, not much resistance. And if it can get itself going, if it can get itself to have enough momentum, that could push higher, relatively easily without all of that mess in there. Okay, moving on to the crypto futures. This one is micro Bitcoin. And let's see, we took out those target 1 to the short side this week. So congrats to any of you that took it. Here we go. That's target 1 and target 2. And next up will be here. And then let's bring this down here. Let's just clean that up right there. Okay, perfect. Micro Ethereum. This will be target 1 right here. Target 2 will be in alignment with that standard line. And similarly, once it gets past this point from here, like there's not a whole lot of resistance this section, you can see it gapped down on this day. So that's a little crazy. We can bring these up, just flip flop these. That would be target one to the low side. Target two can stay right there. As for the 10-year micro yield, because these are monthly contracts, we don't get a whole lot of data or information on this. So, what I usually do is I look at the 10-year note, I see what this thing is doing, and it's also had a relatively wild and crazy week. But what we can see is that while it sold off quite a bit yesterday, today, again, just a spinning top. Green though, so positive on the day. And then the micro yield, the only distinction with this micro is that it is the opposite. So this is always going to be opposite of the 10-year note. Again, we don't get as much information for charting purposes on this one, which is why I like to look at the other one and then just say, okay, it's the opposite. As for gold, gold is at all-time highs right now. So what we can do is get this thing. We'll take the high and we'll go about 26, around 2,600 for the next target up. We'll switch those to here. And let's see, we can actually bring this one up there. Those will be your targets to the short side if, again, it turns around and goes in that direction. Silver is definitely not at all-time highs. It's below the cloud right now, kind of ran into that standard line today, but, decent day overall. So let's just head back up there. And then here would be next. And a third, if you wanted a third target, would essentially be here or like up into the cloud. So from here to here, that would be target 3-ish. And we can flip these guys. This one, I'll just clean up a little bit right there. Perfect. And moving on to copper or micro copper. A lot of indecision today. My goodness, another spinning top candle. So let's just go there. Let's go here as our next level up, kind of stair step it. This one will be let's just fence it in. Let's get crazy with this silver. Okay, there we go. And wrapping it up with a little micro crude. Didn't have such a good day today. That's definitely not a spinning top. All the way down here, did recover a little bit, but couldn't really get itself together, ending below the daily cloud. So technically a short. And as for this, let's just move this slightly. All right, we'll call that good. Have an amazing weekend. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.